oh, if your name's Zoe and your boyfriend's called Connor and he's on a flight back from Malaga, he's bragging to his mates about how he shagged 7 girls he's not going to tell you. And then, I know, and then the power of Instagram, Twitter, it gets back to the girl, and then the girl's like, thanks for letting me know, and I've dumped him now.
Hello and welcome back to House of Influence, or We Are Hoy on Instagram. I'm Talina and I am here with the beautiful Antigoni. Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Antigoni is a singer-songwriter and probably somebody with the best head of hair I've ever seen.
Thank you very much.
It's epic. Tell us what you did with the oil last night.
Oh my God, I literally, every night I just put half a tub of oil in my hair. And I normally wake up and it's still dry, so yeah, it's a bit of a struggle, but I'm not complaining.
Half a tub? You must spend a lot of money on oil.
I'm not even joking, like, people exaggerate, I'm not exaggerating. I literally put like half a tub of oil in my hair.
Well, it's epic, so maybe I might try that. Okay, so I want to start by asking you briefly, how would you describe your sound for those people that have not heard you yet?
Well, it's pop, ultimately, but I love live instrumentation, so I love to have that throughout all of my music. Even I have this first EP that's coming out that's a little bit more stripped back, and you can really hear the kind of acoustic vibes and the live side of it. But then as it evolves, then I've got this second EP that's got like my favourite kind of big pop bangers on it, if you like. But I still keep the live sounds, so like live bass, live keys, live guitar. So it's having that balance of like new wave and modern kind of simplistic space in the sound, but then keeping that old school live thing rather than like electronic dancey vibes, because it just doesn't work with my voice. So yeah.
And do you say that like you would use kind of your Instagram platform to share a lot of your music and your sound?
I mean, it's like Instagram is something that whether you like it or not, you've got to use it to you've got to try and use it to advantage because it's there. And so I share all my stuff on Instagram. It's been a big part of like just even my first couple of releases. And I kind of treat it as the thing I hate though is when you see like a musician's page and it's like, it feels like a promo page. And it feels like, come to my shows, buy my music, because I know that when I have artists that even if I like their music and their pages like that, I lose interest. People whose pages that I've always really liked is like Dua Lipa's or Lennon Stella or Mae Muller's a new artist that I really like, because you see their music and you can see in the heart of it that they're a musician, but there's so much personality in their real lives and what they're wearing and their girlfriends and things like that. So I want mine to just be like my real life.
Exactly. So would you say then you're quite an authentic person on Instagram?
Yeah, I try to be, but in the same way that, like, I think most people, I'll probably take like 60 pictures before I choose the one I want to, you know what I mean?
Obviously.
So, yeah, like, because I don't want to, I think naturally Instagram becomes a highlight reel, and I don't think that necessarily is a problem, it's just being aware of it, if you know what I mean? Because, you just want to, I like the fact that I can scroll through it and be like, oh, this is when I was recording this, and this is when I went here with my friends, and so, I try and keep it real, but without, like, being misleading in that, everything's always like as good as it looks on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Do you ever show that other side then that, because obviously on Instagram, I think with a lot of models as well, you see like more and more models now are being more honest, but you still get models that are posting about eating burgers but not posting about working out, for example, so it lacks that authenticity. Do you show that other side, like if you're having a bad day or like your process with writing music and that kind of thing? Do you show that?
Well, in terms of the process of writing music and being in the studio and all that kind of non-glamorous stuff, like I definitely post that. But the whole bad day thing, I kind of am also, I think there's a whole other side of it now where people are like posting videos of themselves crying, and that feels a little bit like it's an effect as well. Because to be honest, the last thing I want to do when I really genuinely feel down is like post it, because it's just like I just want to like feel sorry for myself, like eat Ben & Jerry's and whatever, but I try to like post when I'm just doing something chilled, or post when it's just a normal day, rather than everything always being like the good stuff and the really up stuff. But so it's just having that balance, I think, and like I'm trying to post a little bit more of things that I'm not so comfortable with. Like, so I've recently got back into going to like dance classes. I did it when I was a kid, and I was like kind of nervous to post anything of that because I'm like not a dancer. I'm alright, I'm cool. But
sorry, the eye is just going there, ladies and gents.
You did warn me about that, sorry.
The eye is cheeky,
So like I posted a little video of that, and I kind of messed it up a little bit. So things like that where I'm like, I know I was so nervous to get back into it, and so many people popped up to me after that, like, oh, I really want to come, like, where is it? So I like to do things like that.
Yeah. But it's good to show that, like, your process and your rehearsal process and, like, how you end up with the finished product kind of thing. But I do agree with you about the crying thing. Like, I always try and be honest on Instagram, but I wouldn't post about myself crying.
No, I mean, no judgment on people that do, because maybe for some people they get something back from it and it makes them, but, like, for me, I don't think I could do it that far unless there was like a real statement that I wanted to make.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. And just quickly, where do you dance?
I've been going to Pineapple.
Oh
yeah. But like I was really scared because I went to a few classes and it was like, it's kind of intimidating.
So intimidating.
Because obviously, so like, there's a lot of like amazing like professional dancers in there. So I found this one teacher, she's called Danielle Barton actually, I'll shout her out because she's amazing. And her classes are like all levels, so there's people in there that are like amazing dancers. Yeah. People like me that are just kind of like trying to get by. Some people that are like pretty bad, like, but that's good, in a good way, you know. But to be honest, that's me in certain routines anyway. Yeah. But she's got a real attitude where it's like, you know what, just come enjoy yourself, it's a workout, like do your best. And it doesn't feel like, oh my god, because I went to a couple of classes where I was in the back like, oh my god,
yeah, no, I've been like that before. But I have seen some of your videos and you're really quite good, by the way.
Thanks. So I'm trying. So do you go there as well?
I used to when I was like 10.
Well, come and join me.
I will. I think of coming back. So I want to ask you. Obviously, you have to be constantly producing music and then constantly posting on Instagram. Do you find it quite pressurizing with both aspects of that, like creating new sounds and then having to be active on social media all the time?
Yeah, like especially because there's that whole like algorithm thing that no one understands. And then one person's like to me, yeah, you need to post every day, and then when you post good stuff, people will see it. So other people are like, don't post too much and I'm like, I hate feeling pressured to post. I want to post things that are actually interesting to me anyway, like, or hopefully other people find it interesting too. In terms of producing music, I went through like, you know, couple of years when I was signed to Island before, where I was just in the studio every single day writing. I think in 2017 or 2017, I think I wrote like 115 songs that year. Shit. And it was like, which was great, but like, so it was nice in the last couple of years to be like, right, let me step back and like finish these songs. You know, I came out of that deal. Typical story, the guy who signed me left, you know, boo-hoo, industry story. But like, yeah, it was all good. I left that, I kind of had all the masters and the rights to my songs, and I was like, I really want to do this like in a way that feels true to me. Yeah. So now I'm releasing independently, and I guess in terms of keeping them both up, it's just finding that balance really, and not putting too much pressure on it. I think when it's around a release, I always feel like I want to make sure that I've got enough stuff to try and like engage people, to try and listen.
Yeah, definitely. But the fact that you're doing independently must mean that social media, I guess, is a great platform to help promote that. Now, I want to ask you, if you could write a song for anyone, who would it be?
I mean, I always say John Mayer if you ask me anything about like collaborating or performing.
Okay, so I was also going to ask you if you could collaborate, who would it be?
Yeah, okay, definitely John Mayer or J. Cole. I know they're like completely different, but I would love to collaborate with either of them. In terms of writing for somebody though, John Mayer doesn't even like co-write, so he just like writes everything himself, which is why he's that amazing. But I would love to do like some sort of collab with another female. Yeah. I have this track called Red Handed, which is on my like second EP. It's about typical story at the moment of somebody. It actually happened to a friend of mine. She found out her boyfriend was cheating on her because a girl messaged her on Instagram.
Classic.
Yeah, and it's not like, haha, I shagged your boyfriend, like mean kind of vibes. It's the thing where it's like, I'm so sorry, I've come across your page, and when he was on holiday, this happened, whatever. I wrote a song about this situation, and I don't know if you've seen on like Twitter, all these tweets that go around like, oh, if your name's Zoe and your boyfriend's called Connor and he's on a flight back from Malaga, he's bragging to his mates about how he shagged 7 girls he's not going to tell you. And then, I know, and then the power of Instagram, Twitter, it gets back to the girl, and then the girl's like, thanks for letting me know, and I've dumped him now. And I've seen like, I have a whole folder of like screenshots that I've seen of this. So anyway, I wrote this song about that, and I would love to have another female in the song to play like the other girl. Yeah. So like somebody like, I mean, Dua Lipa would be the dream, I love her. Yeah, she's amazing. Or like Zara Larsson, or there's an artist I love at the moment called Lennon Stella, like somebody like that would be amazing. Miller as well. Yeah.
And finally, before we like move on to the house questions, I want to ask, you've got a new single coming out, which you said was based on social media. Yeah. So like, tell us about that.
Yeah, so typical like great timing. Yeah, so funny enough, I wrote this song about 2 years ago. Yeah. And it was just one of those songs that wrote itself because it was just very, I don't know, I was feeling a bit sorry for myself. It's about how social media just makes us compare ourselves to others.
Yeah.
And it isn't by any means social media is so bad and we all need to keep it real 100% of the time and only post when you look really bad but it's just realising that everybody's page is like their best bits and not to compare like my days when I'm feeling like I've got a spot on my face and like nobody's listening to my music, like, you know, and having a bad, not comparing those days to someone's good day, like, and also just kind of knowing the balance. Like for me, I'd wake up in the morning and scroll on Instagram, like most people, just like you get your phone before you get out of bed and you scroll, and then I'd see, oh, this singer's doing this and this singer's doing that, and then this person's just done this, and I'd like feel deflated before I even get out of bed.
Exactly. It's
and I hate that too because I don't want to feel bad about these other people's success who I'm a fan of. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's so true. It's so true.
So it creates this like negative feeling, and for me, it was just realizing that like, okay, you know, the lyric in the song is all you see is perfect faces, perfect hair, perfect bodies, clothes I can't afford to wear. You know, and it's that thing where. With a clothes thing, it's massive because don't you feel like you wear an outfit and if you post like a banging picture in it, you're like, I don't want to wear it again.
Yes,
now.
yes.
And it's so bad, like even for the environment, like the whole fast fashion thing. But yeah, so the song is just about how like no matter who you're looking at, everybody has this feeling. That's the main thing of the song.
Yeah, exactly. That, which is great.
Yeah, and I have music video, I've got like a bunch of different faces in it from different industries. So I've got like Rebecca Adlington, the Olympic swimmer, and then I've got Sophia Hadjipantelli, she's a model with a unibrow. Yeah. She started the unibrow movement, and a few other people that are influencers and YouTubers and whatever. And the message is that they're all singing the song in the video, and it's to reflect the fact that they all have the same feeling. So you might look at Toby's page, for example, who's a YouTuber in the cyber and be like, oh my god, everything's amazing, I want his life, but he might be looking at somebody else's being like, but I want that. And exactly. Steph Else, which is a fitness and lifestyle dancer on Instagram, people look at her life and be like, oh my god, everything's perfect, but she might be looking at Rebecca's being like, oh, she's an athlete, and
exactly.
So it's that whole endless circle.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I think that's such an important reminder for people. All right, so we're going to move on quickly to our house questions, which are just some quick fire questions, and you just have to answer kind of as briefly as you can.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not good at that.
No, I'm not good either. I waffle. Not that you're waffling. She's not waffling.
I definitely am waffling.
All right. So, out of all the influencers you follow, who are you most inspired and recommend to follow?
So Sophia Hadjipantelli is amazing. She started the unibrow movement, and it's hilarious because people get so angry about her unibrow.
What?
Like I know, like no, honestly, the abuse that she gets. People are so offended by what she decides to have on her own face. So, and she has just this amazing positive outlook. She's gorgeous. She's got such a really honest approach to her Instagram, and so she's amazing. And I know she always like kind of replies to people and things like that, which is nice. Steph Elswood as well, I mentioned her a minute ago. She does these she runs these dance classes called Stay Sassy. Yeah. And they're for like all different women who just want to go and like feel sexy and have fun or whatever. And her page actually began as a recovery for bulimia page, so it was a real amazing, safe place for her too. I don't want to speak for her, but great. But yeah, she has a really positive and empowering way of speaking, and she's really honest on her page and stuff. Georgia India as well. She's a great fashion blogger. Like I love all her outfits. So,
okay, great.
And then all of her stuff is really kind of like. Sorry, I'm rambling now.
That's all right, don't worry about it. And what daily habit of yours has most helped improve your life, if you have?
Not looking at Instagram before I get out of bed.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I always say like, don't go on your phone first hour of the day. Works.
Yeah, I always just feel more positive when I don't.
And is there a celebrity or influencer that you'd most like to go on a date with, and if so, where would you take them?
Well, I'm like really boring. I've been in a relationship for like before Instagram even started. So I'd go on like a girl date, like a friend date with like where would I go? I love going for just like girly drinks, like with friends. So going to like Oaxaca, like somewhere really just like
but one celebrity girl.
Yeah, okay. Dua Lipa.
And you go to Oaxaca with Dua Lipa.
Yeah, or the real Greek. My mum's looking at me like, say the real Greek.
Oh, for goodness sake.
The real Greek is good. I just eat Greek. It's amazing, but I just eat Greek food every day of my life. So I'm just mixing up a bit of Mexican.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't judge me.
Mexican, Greek, whatever. And then finally, who would you like to nominate to be on the show? If you could nominate like any celebrity or influencer.
Do I pick somebody that's more low key or like high key.
I don't know, whatever you want, somebody that you know.
Yeah, Georgia, India. She's one of my best girlfriends, and she's amazing. And
also, great name.
Yeah.
Really great name. All right, so before we finish, we're going to play a game with this helium balloon here, whereby you're going to suck the helium out of the balloon whilst I ask you some random questions.
Okay.
All right, so let me find the questions. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, and let me cut this balloon. Okay, I'm not very good at this. Ooh, okay.
Okay, we got it. Wait, where's the hole?
Put it in your mouth.
Okay.
Okay, wait. How heavy is a duck?
I don't know. How heavy is a duck? Like as heavy as... My boyfriend actually used to have a duck, so I should know this.
What?
She was called Daffy, she was really cute.
What did the influencer say to the Uber driver?
Don't talk to me.
Who can you always trust?
My mum.
And then finally, where are the 7 dwarfs from?
Disney. I don't know, where are they from? Is that a question that people know the answer to?
I don't know.
Surely they're from Disney.
Ned came up with them.
Okay.
They're Greek.
They're
Oh,
Greek.
they're Greek. Okay.
Yeah, obviously. All right, before we finish, want to open up the questions to the audience. Anybody got a question? Yes, hello.
If you could have the career of any existing artist, who would that career be?
Oh God! In the last few, I mean, I've mentioned her like 7 times.
Dead or alive?
Yeah, oh. I mean, I've mentioned her like 7 times, but Dua Lipa, like, her trajectory has just been amazing, and like the whole image that she has, like female empowerment, and just I feel like she does things on her own terms. So yeah, or
for longevity?
Yeah, for longevity. I mean, who doesn't want to be Beyonce?
Yeah, I've had that.
Or J-Lo. I mean, did you see the Super Bowl?
Any other questions?
What about in style? Does anyone inspire your look? Or are you completely freestyling?
I just, you know what, I just find things on Instagram, and like, you know, that is a big part of like me deciding what I want to wear and whatever. Like, I love jumpsuit. Yeah, I guess it's just kind of freestyle on what I see. I love jumpsuits. I live in jumpsuits.
So if you could be any item of clothing, would it be a jumpsuit?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's just one. You don't have to think of like bits of the outfit. It's just done.
Yeah, exactly.
One bar.
Whip it on.
Sorted.
Except when you have to put a mic in there. Then
True.
It gets
Yeah.
all right. Oh, and one more question.
Where can we listen to your music?
Yeah, I should probably have done that. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, these are all the places. My name's Antigoni, Antigoni. On Instagram, I'm just Antigoni. On Twitter, I'm just Antigoni.
Yeah, because not many people have your name.
Yeah, well, no, you know what? It was a bit of a struggle to get it, but I'll tell you about that another time. But yeah, so yeah, on all the normal music platforms, YouTube, and I've got loads of music coming out, so yeah.
Yay! Well, thank you. Thank you so much. We hope you guys have enjoyed this, and please go and listen to Antigoni. And again, you can find us on Instagram at WeAreHoy.
Yeah.